going to try and sort this front cupboardy bit out, because we need a piece here for the electric, but also to maybe brace this a little bit. We'll see. See how we get on with this first. So, thinking something like this. Obviously it'll be more like this, or like this, but it's going to be angled if it's there. But that might not be a bad thing, because that'll keep the water pushed out. So we want to go from there to there. 44. Right, so I'm going to be using this for the cuddy parts. This is from the floor, it's marine ply I believe. I'll find out when I cut it. And basically going to take it in from the edge an inch, cut it there, cut a couple of inches down from there, and then from here. That way I don't get any edge. If there's any damage, rot, decay, anything that's happening along the edges, we'll take that away so we get a nice clean piece from the centre. And we'll use this. I've got obviously what was taken out of the boat, so I just want to reuse it. It seems to be in very good condition. So. We go. So wasn't flicking up too bad last time, but probably best I stick them on. One thing you learn with these blades is you never touch anything until the blade has stopped. Where there's been one mistake and you've got a big problem. Right, so this is the piece we want. So when I measured the width, I measured it up underneath as 13.5, which it was, but what I didn't take into account is where those strengtheners come across, where we bolted the hardwood to, where I said there was strengtheners, they actually, surprisingly enough, come down ½ inch. So obviously they're touching all the points. So I'm going to take this down ½ inch to 13, then it will fit in tight. But it's because it went up between those strengtheners and read it at 13. No problem, but just shows sometimes when you're measuring it's not always how you hoped it'd be. But now we just shave off a ½ inch and we're good to go again. So where's my pen? Oh, I've left that in the boat. You keep leaving everything. It's the trouble when your boat's over there and your workshop's here. Now you know I could just get another pen or a couple of pens, but you know if I did get some extra pens, they would only go off and have coffee with my lobster gauge. And if you get that, you obviously watch a lot of my videos. Right, let's get this mark down ½ inch and recut, and we're good to go. Let me do it from, I don't like doing it from the end of the tape, because this thing is always, you know, especially on an old tape measure. Right, let's see if it see if this fits. Not bad. A little tight here still, but that can be adjusted slightly, but it's not bad. It needs to come forward so much on here, and this side I think that side will go in. This side will be a little bit, yeah, just there. I just have to shave a little bit more like I just did, and that should fit fine. Then we can put cuddy doors in or whatever we want. If we want, I mean, I probably will, obviously, but I don't know if this is going to stay. Again, I'm doing these things, I haven't tried them on this boat yet this year, and I don't know how well they're going to suit me or not. I might leave this open just for storing boxes and things under, I don't know yet. But I'm going to put it on, we'll put a door on it, we'll see how we get on, and if I change my mind I can always unscrew it and take it off. So I'm not going to, this is part of the reason why I'm not fixing them in sort of fiberglass, any of that kind of stuff. This is purely to see how it functions and how the winch is going to function and everything else. Like I say, finalisations will be made next year. Some of this stuff is probably, obviously a lot of the stuff will stay, but some of it may be re-looked at or reworked just to tune it into the way I really want it. Because like I say, when you're on a small boat, all your space counts, all your storage counts, how you've got things positioned in the boat, it all makes a difference. You don't have all that extra space that you can just put stuff around in. So you have to be very organised in where everything goes and how everything works. But when you're doing the mix of fishing and pots, when you're fishing it's not so bad if it's just rods, but when you're doing pots and things as well, you've got to think of all the, where all the pots are going to go, where the water comes in, how it affects all the bits of seaweed, shells, that sort of thing washing around when you're doing pots, crabs that might crawl around things. There's all sorts of things you have to take into account, so we'll see how this goes. I mean, I'm leaving the sides, but again, because water is finding its way around this and under the floor, it's mainly going to be on the floor here underneath. I want everything to be able to get air and dry and not be stuffy and getting steamed up and wet just because it's too sealed. This is, like I say, only because I'll store stuff in there, it'll stop stuff sliding out as well, and mostly it's sort of storage for batteries, and the electric box will go on one side of this and that sort of thing, so, or where we're going to plug in maybe under the seat. So yeah, that's all it's kind of for really, but we'll see. Like I say, I might end up taking it off and reopening it again, I don't know. We'll see how we get on with it as it is, but we'll probably cut quite a big opening so we can get in there and get things in and out nice and easy. And then the back one will have to go on, but the back one will go on when the tanks are ready to go in, the fuel tanks, because I'm going to obviously seal that one down so you can't get into it for the year, and then every year I'll be able to take it off and undo it. That's the old bit off that side. Just out of interest, it would actually fit over that hole that I made. Well, I didn't make, but the original hole. Yeah. There you go. Right. Right. Shaved it a little bit more, and now it's pretty much on. Just needs to be fixed in place. But obviously I've got to do batteries and things first. And obviously I've got to cut a door in it and that kind of thing. So. Right, we're just doing this, this is the, I don't even know what it's called now, the support, the strengthener, the brace for the winch, so we've done that. Now we're just making a plate. We're using this, we're going to double this because we haven't got any thicker plate, and this will basically go on like this, he says. There we go. So it's going to make another one. one hole. Right, so we are thinking of changing the plan here to something even better. This is how it goes when you do boats. So originally we were going to go for in here with this bracket and bolt it, but I'm still not happy at how low it is. Well, we're both not happy about this because it's still a bit low. Even though this will work, it's not ideal and it'll always niggle on me. So we've come up with another idea. If you look here, this is a rollock holder for the oar. For the oars? Yeah, for the oars to go in, or the rollocks to go in. Now this is set in with a piece of wood, so we're thinking about doing exactly the same up there. What we'll do is, we'll put one up here. This will have a bolt welded through, or a piece of stainless. So literally it could just drop into this here when we're doing the winch. It means we're going to have to set the winch to an angle we want to keep it at, which is probably going to be something like that. Then we're going to bolt it, put longer bolts here, bolt this on just below the wheel, like that, and then this can just drop in. And when we're not using it, it'll spin back, and under here at the front we'll put another bracket where this pin can bolt in, and when it's being tucked away like that, it's then solid and it can't bounce back in bad weather and that, so it makes it rigid again. And of course you'll have the stuff underneath as well. But this is how the idea now is to brace it, and that'll be far, far better and a lot stronger bracing it higher up like that. So hopefully that'll do the trick. But again, still work in progress, we are still working on it. Right, stop, hold on, hold everything. Now, have we really given this enough thought? And could we improve upon this? Let's think about this for a minute. Yep, there it is. Right, we've got to change the plan. We were using this, and we were going to put a pin there which drops into a rollock holder and bolt this on the side rather than this, but we've changed our minds now. We're going to try something different. We're going to take that, we're going to bend that over at 90 degrees so that drops into the rollock holder, and we're going to flatten this off so we can put a bolt through it which goes to the winch. Thereby that'll act as the brace against the side of the boat. So we just got to heat it up. We've just done this because we don't have an anvil. And we're going to flatten it. Right. Almost there. Timing, eh?
Oh, it's always
Right. I think that's probably enough. Where did the bolt,
Jonathan? Should I put it in your pocket?
Might be out there or something on the bench. I think that'd be right, because we don't need a lot of metal, because all the force is going to be on the front and the back, not on the sides. The sides is just to stop it dropping off. Right, we're letting it cool down now, but there's the steel. We flattened it off. Now we're going to drill a hole in it. Be around about 8mm, just over, for the bolt to go through. And all we've got to do is turn the end, but we'll wait till we've actually got the winch in the boat and we're doing all that to put that bar in. Right, let me try and show you this. Now, this is obviously the winch lying on its side. Now originally, if you remember, we were going to do this here, which is going to bolt around this bottom bar. But as you can see, the bottom is not far from there, so you don't get great support, because obviously you've got the winch all the way up there. So then what we decided to do was to take a bar instead from the back of this wheel here, put a longer bolt through the wheel and clamp this bar on there, so it's a little bit higher up than there. And still, I mean, it would work, but it's still like a bit not how I want it kind of thing. It still concerns me that it's that low down. So anyway, had a sleep last night and woke up with the solution this morning, which was to take this bar instead, which is stainless. It's probably not the greatest stainless, but it is stainless. And we flattened the end off, as you saw, drilled a hole into it. Now what will happen is this bar here will go under here onto one of these bolts. I'm going to notch out so the bar will go into there, through the bolt, or the bolt will go through it, then it comes off of here. Now this will attach to the side of the boat as a brace to the side of the boat. And that's where, like I say, once that's bolted onto there, we'll come up to here, we'll bend the end over, and it'll go into like a rollock holder on the side of the gunnel, which will have a sheet of wood in underneath the gunnel, so it spreads the load along the edge, along the gunnel, and that way bracing it. And as we turn this as well, we can lift this bar out. That's the point of having it being able to lift out of the rollock holder. It can swing round when the winch is swung round to storage and locked into another piece of wood or block or bit of steel on the front, so it locks it when the boat is not being used, that way preventing any strain on the top of the winch. And that's the plan. This rope here, we were just checking that, as you can see, when it's there, the rope's even clear. Even when we're using it, it'll be clear of the bar, so whereas the other one was a bit more problematic with that. So anyway, it's taken a little while to think about it and figure it out, but it should work out fine. Of course, I will show you the final result when it's fixed, but it'll only be going on probably next week, so I just wanted to sort of show you in detail how that was going to work. But you'll see, like I say, the finished product at the end and how that will brace that winch, giving it a lot more strength. Because like I say, we started off here, we then decided to go to there, now we've gone up to here, which is kind of halfway up the winch, which should be enough. And it'll be a lot neater having that stainless bar than having the great big one, or the great big tube, which was that one.